Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Give me a 1. Jenny said sound. A 1. You can hear me, Jenny? Jacqueline Keeley? A 12. 12. Hold on. I messed the camera up. There we go. We're on. Well, maybe that was a moment of silence that we needed where I was told to shut up by the divine because what I was going through was my own personal moment of the anniversary of the Idaho 4. Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan, and this being the anniversary. And so I was thinking about this. I had to get comfortable because I'm about to do the, get down with it. Let's get down with this. Let's be real. It's a whole year later. And we still don't know why. Was it really because of some random dude named BK that happened to be a stalker? And so he took out 4 but not 6? Was it some drug deal that went totally wrong because somebody flushed a bunch of drugs and it was a total, like, actual hit? Was it jealousy? Was it because someone was jealous and therefore did this? Or was it revenge, rage? Was it connected to another person's death? Was there a death that occurred in the past? Hudson Lowe, or I can't remember his name exactly. Hudson comes to mind. Hannah Clear. Did it have something related to their death and a big secret that somebody let go of? Was it to silence someone? Was it a Berkeley gone wrong? Like, these people arrived at home in groups. Like, Xana and Ethan came home. Bethany and Dylan came home. Maddie and Kaylee came home. Who else? Who else came to that home? I can tell you one thing. We all agree this person had to have known the layout of this building. So they either were a previous inhabitant in some way before the 5 moved in, or they frequented the home while the victims were there. We have a party house. Everybody's okay if I say party. They just don't want me to say drugs. Okay. All right. Party house. I don't know if you guys know, but I know what goes on at those college parties. I'm not stupid. Now, after the 4 were taken out, right? We have another death that is at first looked at as a hazing that Harsh Reality, big shout out, has clearly pointed out and brought attention to. Please check out his channel and watch that. Nice looking fella. And it's a hazing connected to that situation, that school. And yet it's ruled self-deletion. So the school has some pull. Is this okay? I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to say it. I'm going to tell you what I hear. I hear you guys loud and clear. There are some of you believe that the police force are literally involved with the crime itself to secure their future. There are those that believe the roommates are directly involved and may have committed the murder. There are some that believe that Ethan and Santa were the targets and that it had to do with Dirty South. And no, I cannot go any further. You'll have to just do some research for legal reasons. But there was a fight at the frat house, and there are some, Moonlight Rays, hello and welcome to Starlight Seed. There are some that believe that the fight between this frat brother, which face it, if there are other frats in that I mean all the fraternity type individuals that are affiliated with serious hazing to the point someone dies, even if that is that you drove them mentally fucking batty and they self deleted, or they were directly responsible. What does that say? What does that really say? With other deaths that aren't investigated completely, if it has to do with a student, it's self delete. But you can't do that with these four, can you? So, what do they try to delete? The house, the evidence, the connection to themselves by pointing at a different student at a different college. There could be a little bit of doing that. Like, aha. All right, Pullman, pull this, right? Hi, Lee McKenna. I'm so glad you stopped in to be with us. And Sassy and Jenny, I did say hello if you were reading lips. I read like a billion names saying hello. Hi, Marie's Coloring. So, in this, hi, Cara. In this whole thing, we're still left over after 12 full months. And right now, they would have begun to sort out the first details of the crime. Right now is when they would have begun to literally process what possibly took place. Now, allegedly, and that's what everything we say here is from the beginning to the end, okay? Allegedly, some of these frat brothers, dads, own a true cleaning service. Does that fit why we're missing 8 hours? So I used to manage apartment buildings for the state of Wisconsin. Well, not for the state, but in the state of Wisconsin for a very large company. And so they would send me different places, and I always got sent to like where murders took place already and everything was over. So usually the cleanup crew had preceded us completely. Evidence is over, nothing. The building's like, all I got to do is go in there and paint kills all over everything and whitewash the building. Okay. Guess how long it takes? Depending on how many rooms and how large the rooms are, it's a full day. It's a full day. And the sooner you're on the scene, the better you can do. And being that they only found one latent little footprint, I betcha that's proof. I'd want samples of that carpet to see if it had been shampooed. Wouldn't that be interesting? To find out that it took 8 hours because they brought in a cleaning crew and they detailed. And that could be why. That answers the whole, well, how did you come up with only 3 male DNA unidentified? That was a party house. I mean, how many millions of other people have been in that house before? The college town? There's 12 people in that house at any given video I watch. And there's no DNA, then it's been cleaned. I betcha all day. I'll betcha all damn day. Hi, Candy Wrapper. Jenny says, I think cops, FBI, and whole town are crooked. I think incarcerated was involved. I don't know what that means, as lookout or something. But Brat did the killing, protected by the Greek system. Well, Jenny, if you've ever watched, or studied how the actual Greeks work, I will just tell you, they're very protective of their own. Extremely, and I say of their own. There's an ownership, Sassy, 13 months. Wait a minute. I got the goat. Well, you were gifted. Well, beautiful. When you're gifted a membership, it's usually because you are gifted. Like you're a gifted soul, All right, Sassy, you get a scream. Are you ready, you guys? Billy, the goat is back. Congratulations and thank you, Sassafras. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you. You know this. Members are what take care of making sure I can pay some of the things I need to pay to be able to do this. So, Lee McKenna, you get the goat. 14 months. You guys are going to be all doing that. We're going to just squeeze the goat and somebody's going to be like, unsubscribe. And I'll be like, what have I done? But 14 months. Oh my God. Paz, are you ready for your scream? 19 months. Get it out, you guys. 19 months gets 2. Wait a minute. We also had, wait. There's a moment here. We got to capture a moment. Lee McKenna was over a year, so she gets 2. There you go. And so is Sassy. Okay, enough with the goat. We had to get some screams out, Here, Elementary. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Love this family. Well, we love you. We do. Gemini 65, 7 months. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Monique Kai, 11 a month. That's awesome. You are 11. So, I was thinking about all kinds of stuff on this case all day. And I was like, okay, it's the why. We still don't know the big why. How can we be here? How can we be here A year later, and we do not have a solid answer as to why. And welcome Dreamweaver for 9 months, and Joni, thank you. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate you. So, you guys, how can we be here a year and not know why? Is it a jealous lover? Is it drug related? Is this a hit? Is this a retaliation for another, like maybe there was a death and then this is a secret and then somebody is going to tell? I mean, I've read a lot of your comments, and to me, a lot of them make sense. But the why, I've got to understand the why. Why was it them? Why was it Xana? Why was it Ethan? Why Kaylee? Why Maddie? Why the two different sets, but then leave a set and one on the same floor? Is it because there's only two killers and they could only handle, they had to get out quick, and so they each had one room and they had one hit in each room? And the other two victims that were with those persons were collateral. Was it a hit on Ethan and on Maddie? There are so many questions, but the biggest one I want to do a reading on is why. Why that night? So I thought about it. This got kind of weird. So on the 11th of this month, I normally come on and do an 11/11 reading, a general reading for everyone, but I couldn't. I was like, no, 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 no. I'm going to hold off. I just couldn't. I didn't have the energy, and I felt like, no. I was like, that's weird because the 11/11 portal, well, that's 11/11 to 11/22. And then this anniversary hit this morning. I realized, I was like, wait a minute, 11/13? That's a date today? And I looked because I've been offline. I've been over on the Sally Moon channel, my gaming channel. And I'm like, holy crap. So this fell between 11/11 and 11/22. And their address is 11/22. So it means something. I know that. Whether it just be astrologically, there's a clue, like on a natal chart, or if the killers were thinking on that level, I don't know. But I want to do a reading on the why. Why are these four individuals no longer here? Why was it knives? Dixie Bishop, longest time I've stayed with the membership. Well, thank you, Dixie. I appreciate you, darling. Now, Jenny says in her post, she says they were all leaving Greek system, all except two survivors. Huh. That's interesting. I'd never heard that, but it could be well true. Um, in this case, we've looked at everyone we could think of. As a true crime community, I think the roommates, the ex, Jack T, the last person that any of us know that the girls spent time with that we're aware of, because we don't know who that private driver was. Jackass. We've looked at frat brothers, so we have Dirty South and his little pack, which are the frat brothers. I've actually looked at family members to start off with, just to rule it out, because that's how I do. And I was like, no. We've looked at neighbors, Ian Harsh, Jeremy, whatever. We've looked at Brian. We've looked at friends such as acquaintances, Emma Bailey, Demetrius. But the thing that doesn't fit any of those individuals other than a frat brother, if it was truly a steroid, I want to, like, the person's on, like, they're roiding, right? Where they turn into the Incredible Hulk, but they do bad things. That's the only one that can justify the atrocities that allegedly happened to each one of these victims. I'm talking unbelievable damage, not just two or three. Oh, that one's dead, that one's gone, that one's gone. No, I'm talking beyond brutal, vulgar imagination. All the other people don't fit. There's no way. That's how I feel. I can't. I mean, even if I'm suspicious of Jack D or Jack S, this persons that committed this crime went so overboard that I personally feel, in my humble opinion, that this was absolutely someone on steroids. It does remind me of a lot of cases in little ways. The Truckee Way sneaking in from Kylie Rodney's case over here. But I do get a little bit of the Darlie Routier case, where steroids, in my personal opinion, were used by the killer. And I'm sorry I can't see Ian Harsh being able to pull off that kind of a brutal thing and not be mentally screwed. To be able to even hold on a conversation calmly. No, this person, I feel everybody around this person are in this person's club, because this is a till you die club. That's how I feel. So, how I feel doesn't affect the cards. You'll see the cards. I want to know why. Because I did a pre shuffle, which I'm going to take a minute or two to do it with you too. We'll see what comes out. Did a pre shuffle on the major arcanas. Got the chariot that's winning. And I got the devil, which is toxic as shit. Somebody wanted to win at all costs. I get a rival. Again, a rival. And I think they're the one that ordered DoorDash. Sounds like a college move to me. See, it had to be two, in my opinion, as well, inside at least. That way the attacks went on simultaneously. I don't know, though. I have gut feelings, but doesn't mean I'm 100% right. But the cards, they're always right. Now, hopefully, we get the answers that we're seeking. Dreamweaver, 9 months. All right, let me play catch up here with chat. See how you guys are doing. Jacqueline Keeley says Dylan and Bethany were texting during this, according to what some say. See, I don't think so. I think they were texting after it. See, I really do. Because I think the murders happened much earlier than law enforcement are willing to tell us. And so if they're using the timestamp, it would be after the fact. And it could be rehearsed, right? It could be them two sitting there talking face to face, saying, what are we going to do? We got to cover this shit up. I'm not going to be next. We know who did this. We know what went down. We got to keep our mouths shut. So what are we going to do? I don't know. Text me something like, did you hear that? And I'll be like, I think so. Is that them partying? And we'll just waste some time so we have an alibi that we were texting, so we couldn't have nothing to do with it. There's a lot of things that could have been. But the why, I can't let go of that. Because if we know the why, we'll know the how, most likely. And if we know the why, that could lead to the who. We already know when, we think. But then it depends. What if Ethan and Xana were killed much earlier in the night? Sometime between 1 and 2. What if the girls, after letting Murphy out and calmly shutting the door, frantically, and I say frantic because I'm sorry, 10 calls. Okay, so she normally does that, but you don't pick up and it's the last time she's in town? And she has your dog. Jill Elaine, 7 months. Thank you, my beautiful. Thank you for being a Starlight Seed. So let's see what we get. So members, here we go. My beautiful Starlights. We're gonna do a pre-shuffle. And we're not gonna keep them. We're gonna do just like I do before I do a reading. So I've got the major arcana. There are no minors. There are no court cards. This is the majors. The Y is a magician. Gemini energy. Interesting. Maddie and Kaylee are Geminis. We got the 1. Magician is a 1. All right. I don't question nothing in a pre-shuffle. Show me the why. This is the Shadow and Light Oracle, or Oracle of Shadow and Light. Here we go. Why? Ethan, Santa, Kaylee, Maddie, why? Why? Storm Angel, Collision of beliefs, styles, attitudes, and energies. So a collision is the Y of belief systems. Angel de los Muertos transitions to the spirit realm. The Day of the Dead. We got that with the Brian Laundrie case and Gabby Petito. How effing weird. We're right now, right before the Thanksgiving season. We have a clockwork pumpkin. A wonderful idea, the aha moment. So I don't do any interpretation. I just absorb the information. Ghost of the pumpkin patch. Are you shitting me? Count your blessings. Ghost of the pumpkin patch is telling you, count your blessings. I gotta tell you, I'm picking up a little bit of Kaylee there. Kind of choked me up. How interesting. Sewer mermaid. Your sensuality is beautiful, and it's a sewer mermaid. See, and I pick up on Emma Bailey, but whatever. It could be that this represents, see, I shouldn't do this, but I got to share with you. It could be that represents Santa, and somebody was very attracted to Xana. And they felt like they couldn't have her. So, yeah. All right. Let's continue. And then we're going to get over, check on chat, see how everybody's doing. Hi, Dixie. I can't imagine the blood and the smell and nobody noticing, right? All right. Show me why, please. Pre-shuffle. Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Xana. Jewelry. Token, keepsake. Souvenir. I always get this, and I get drowning. Suffocate, smothered, blocked air. How interesting. Friend, ally, trusted, acquaintance. There's the other one, so we have 11, right? Because we got a 1 with the magician. And now we got the 1 with trusted. We have horse, off-road, makes me think of a big truck. Off-road, travel, power, farm. Take it for whatever. Like I said, I'm just showing you the pre-shuffle. Third party. But always get this. Always get this. Always, always, always. Every single read. Third party, bystander, visitor, and guest. So, that is our pre-shuffle. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. Joyful popped in a couple nights ago, and she says she's doing okay, but she's also been like doing a lot of things with family lately. Okay, I'm just getting the cards all ready to go. On the bottom of the deck, Death and the Maiden. To me, it has something to do with Xana. The fight over Xana. Something like that. But that's my opinion. We'll see what the cards say. I do feel, I really, truly believe the fact, and this is a fact, that they didn't locate more DNA, in my personal opinion, that place was cleaned professionally. It should have been a mess. It should have been a petri of DNA. A petri dish. Hi, Magdalena. How are you? All right, my beautiful people. I want to see you again very soon. How about 22 minutes? I mean, it is what it is. I love you. I thank you, all my beautiful starlights, so incredibly much. You matter to me. Let's go find out why we don't have an answer. Why don't we have an answer? Why was it this 4? Why all 4? Why not 6? Why not none? Why? If we learn the why, we might get the who. We might get more of an understanding of how. And who knows if we even really know the when. Okay? I pray for justice for Ethan, Xana, Kaylee, and Maddie. We can't settle for nothing else. If this is a mistrial with Brian and we have to go through this again, I'm going to be really pissed. I'm just saying, they need to get this shit done right the first time. And do they even have the right guy? Let's find out why. Love you. See you again soon. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and being a member. You matter. I love you.